Hey everybody, this is Miss Pisces Too Cool, and I'm going to be making oven fried chicken for you today. Don't let the name fool you. This is a healthier alternative to the deep fried chicken that you may be used to. With me trying to live a healthier lifestyle and with me loving fried chicken, I think this is a real good recipe to try. So enjoy! I will be handling raw meat in this video, so it's very important that before and after handling raw meat to always wash your hands thoroughly with antibacterial soap and warm water. It is also important to keep your counter and your sink clean before and after exposure to raw meat to prevent contamination. For this recipe, you can use any type of chicken you like. Today, I'm going to be using chicken drumsticks. Chicken wings are also really good for this recipe. Now the first step is to make sure your chicken is rinsed thoroughly. So I'm going to be putting this bowl in the sink. And now it's time to rinse. So basically, just go through each individual piece of chicken to make sure that it's clean and does not have any extra bones sticking out or blood or anything from the packaging that may mess up your recipe. And once your meat is rinsed thoroughly, just drain the water. Now it's time to season your chicken. Now, you can use any type of seasoning you want, but I'm only going to be using 4 seasonings. The first seasoning that I'm going to be using is paprika. You can get from any grocery store. The next seasoning that I'm going to be using is a seasoning I have called barbecue spice. I got this from one of my local stores for $1. It's a really good seasoning for chicken. Okay, the next seasoning that I'm going to be using is Goya adobo all-purpose seasoning with pepper. Now you can get this from your local grocery store in the seasoning aisle. Last but not least, I'll be using pepper. Now here's the chicken thoroughly rinsed, water drained, and ready to season. So I'm going to be first sprinkling adobo all-purpose seasoning on top of the chicken. Next, I'm going to be using the Spice Supreme barbecue spice that I have. Sprinkle on top. Looks nice so far. Next, I'm going to be using paprika. Paprika gives the chicken a nice color. Last but not least, I'm going to be using pepper. Now this is the fun part. You put your hands in there and just really put your hands in there and rub the seasonings all on the meat. I personally think that's really a fun part. Remember to wash your hands after doing this, very important. Now this is what the chicken looks like once you've rubbed all the spices on the chicken. See, it looked like I sprinkled a whole lot of seasonings on there, but really it's not a lot of seasoning at all. Now, it's up to you whether you want to put this in the refrigerator to let the seasonings marinate, but that's really optional. You really don't have to do that. Now it's time to preheat your oven. For this recipe, your oven can be preheated anywhere between 375 degrees to 400 degrees. Now it's time to prepare your seasoned flour. For this recipe, it calls for 1 cup of flour. Now make sure you have a paper bag or a plastic bag handy. I have a plastic bag ready to put the flour in. It's okay to use a little bit more flour if you have to, but really 1 cup of flour should be enough. Now it's time to add the seasonings to the flour. I'm going to use the barbecue spice. Sprinkle some on there. Pepper. Last but not least, I'm going to be using the adobo all-purpose seasoning. The purpose of seasoning the flour is to give the outside of the chicken good flavor. Now after seasoning your flour, you close your bag and shake your bag really good to evenly distribute the spices in the flour. And it looks just like that. Now you will be placing your chicken on a foil-lined baking sheet. The next step is to spray your baking sheets with olive oil cooking spray. Now make sure you get every corner, the whole bottom of the pan should be sprayed. Now you're ready to place your chicken in the seasoned flour in the bag. Now with 15 pieces of chicken, I'm only going to be able to put like 7 or 8 pieces in the bag at one time. Here's my chicken, putting it in the bag. Now we're getting to the other fun part. You close your bag and you shake the chicken in the bag. Now it's real important to make sure that your chicken is covered with flour, just like that. It looks really good, nice, evenly coated with flour. Now you're ready to place your chicken on your baking pan. Now make sure you shake any excess flour from your chicken before placing on your pan. Make sure the chicken is laying flat on the pan, like so. Now all your chicken is placed on the baking sheet. The next important step to this recipe is to spray the top of each piece of chicken with the olive oil cooking spray. It's really important that you coat the top completely with the olive oil. The secret is wherever you see flour is where you spray. It looks like I'm putting a whole lot of olive oil on the pieces of chicken, but it's really not a whole lot at all. The top is nice and thoroughly covered with the olive oil. Now that your chicken is coated with olive oil, it is now time for it to be placed in the oven. Your oven should already be preheated, ready to go. Now once your chicken is in the oven, leave it there for anywhere between 45 minutes to 1 hour. One important thing about cooking this chicken is you do not, I repeat, do not turn the chicken while the chicken is cooking. Just put a timer on and just let it cook. And when you're done, all you have to do is take the chicken off, put it on a napkin-lined pan, and it's ready to serve after that. Now my chicken is ready to serve. For dinner tonight, I had the oven-fried chicken, along with some mixed vegetables and rice. This is a very healthy recipe. My whole family enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And this is something that I would definitely continue to make. I would like to thank you guys for watching my video today. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. You could also follow me on Twitter at Ms. Pisces Too Cool. I will follow back. There are more videos to come, and I'll definitely make more cooking videos. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video.